All right, welcome to the Explainers. So today we're diving into some huge news from Anthropic. They just dropped their brand new flagship AI, Claude 4.5 Sonnet. And let me tell you, they are making some seriously bold claims about what this thing is capable of.
And yeah, this is the big one. I mean, right out of the gate, Anthropic is just calling it, they're saying Sonnet 4.5 is the undisputed champion of coding. We're not just talking about an upgrade here, they're claiming it's the best in the world. That sets the bar incredibly high for this whole thing.
Okay, so when you make a claim that big, you've got to back it up, right? So that's what we're going to do in this explainer. We're going to dig into the data, check out all the new features, and really unpack what this means for developers and for the future of AI agents, those AI assistants that are supposed to do all the heavy lifting for us.
All right, so here's the game plan. First, we'll tackle that whole king of code thing. Then we'll see what's new on the Claude platform itself. After that, we'll get into the proof, the performance numbers. Then we'll look at the new toolbox they're giving developers to build agents. And finally, we'll cover the all-important safety upgrades. Let's do this.
So, first up, the new king of code. Look, Anthropic is making it super clear this isn't just another small step forward. No, they're framing Sonnet 4.5 as a genuine paradigm shift, especially for anyone who writes code, which, let's be real, is the language that runs pretty much everything these days.
But here's the thing, this whole announcement is way bigger than just one powerful new model. To really get what's going on, to see why this is such a big leap, we've got to look at the entire platform and all the upgrades that Anthropic rolled out with it.
They've basically overhauled the whole ecosystem. I mean, we're talking about some serious quality of life upgrades for developers. Things like being able to add checkpoints to save your progress, so you can roll back if you mess up. There's a new native VS Code extension, and get this, you can now execute code and even create files right inside the chat. It just makes the entire workflow so much smoother and honestly way more powerful.
All right, time for the main event. Does this thing actually perform? Does it live up to all this hype? Let's jump into the numbers and see what the benchmarks have to say.
And wow, okay, this chart just says it all. This is the OSWorld benchmark. It basically tests how well an AI can handle real, practical computer tasks. Now check this out. Just 4 months ago, the previous version, Sonnet 4, was already top of the line at 42.2%. Sonnet 4.5 comes in and just crushes that with a 61.4%. That is a massive, massive jump in what this thing can actually do. And now look at this number, 82%. This comes from the SWE-bench, which is basically the gold standard for testing an AI's real-world coding skills. An 82% score puts Claude Sonnet 4.5 at the absolute bleeding edge of the industry. This is the number they're using to back up that best-in-the-world claim.
So, benchmarks are great, but what happens when you get this model into the hands of the big players in tech? Well, it turns out the early feedback is just as impressive.
Okay, first up, GitHub. Only the place where basically all modern code lives. They're saying Sonnet 4.5 gives Copilot a serious boost, letting it handle really complex reasoning and tasks that stretch across an entire codebase. Coming from them, that is a huge endorsement.
And it's not just about improving the tools we already have. It's about building the next generation. Take Devin, the AI software engineer. It got an 18% performance boost in its planning ability just by using this model. The Devin team is calling it the biggest jump they've seen in a long, long time.
And this isn't just for, these super hardcore coders. Canva, a platform with over 240 million users, is saying it's noticeably more intelligent and a big leap forward. That tells you that this advanced reasoning isn't just for code. It applies to creative work and design tasks too.
Okay, so this is maybe the most important part. Anthropic isn't just handing us a more powerful chatbot. No, they're basically giving us the keys to the entire factory. They're giving developers the exact same toolkit they used so we can all start building our own custom, super capable AI agents from scratch.
And that toolkit is the new Claude Agent SDK. And honestly, this is a total game changer. It takes care of the really tough stuff for you. Like, imagine building an agent that has a long-term memory, that understands permissions, or, and this is wild, an agent that can act as a manager for a whole team of smaller sub-agents working together on one big goal. That's the kind of power this thing unlocks.
And hey, if you want a really cool demo of this, they've got this temporary research preview out called Imagine with Claude. It literally lets you watch the AI build software live, right in front of you, based on what you ask it to do. It's a pretty mind-blowing glimpse of what this new tech is capable of.
Of course,
Whenever you have a massive leap in AI power like this, the next question is always about safety. So, with all this incredible new capability, what is Anthropic doing to manage the risks?
Well, according to their own audits, Sonnet 4.5 is a lot safer. What you're seeing in this chart is a big drop in what they call misaligned behaviors. So we're talking about things like the AI trying to deceive you, or being a total suck-up, or even trying to seek more power. All of that has been drastically reduced compared to their previous models.
Bottom line, this is their most aligned frontier model to date. They've also made some really big strides in protecting against prompt injection attacks, which is a major risk for AI agents. The whole thing is being released under their AI Safety Level 3, which means it comes packed with strong safeguards to prevent it from spitting out anything dangerous.
So let's just wrap this all up. What do we have here? We have a new state-of-the-art coding model that can literally work by itself on a project for over 30 hours straight. You get a whole new suite of developer tools and an SDK to build your own agents. It's their safest model ever. And maybe the craziest part of all, it's available right now for the exact same price as the last version. So you're getting this massive performance upgrade for, well, basically for free.
And that really just leaves us with a huge question, doesn't it? When you've got an AI that can tackle complex coding challenges for more than a full day without getting tired or losing focus, the kinds of problems we can even think about solving starts to change. I mean, what doors does this technology open up? What are we going to build with this? That's the really exciting part. And you can bet we'll be watching to see what happens next.